Bonjour, bienvenue à cette méditation matinale. Je vous propose de commencer en levant notre Kundalini avec toute l'attention et en nous donnant 7 fois le bandhan. Ceci fait, nous pouvons poser nos 2 mains bien à plat sur le sol ou les diriger vers le sol, vers notre Mère Terre. Et ici, nous allons remercier notre Mère Terre pour tout ce qu'elle nous a donné jusqu'à ce jour, ce qu'elle continue à nous donner. Et nous allons la prier d'absorber toutes les lourdeurs qui peuvent nous encombrer dans notre méditation ce matin. Maintenant, je vous propose de porter vos mains au niveau de vos oreilles, saisir délicatement le lobe de chaque oreille. Et en fait, on peut simplement demander pardon à Dieu pour quelles que soient les erreurs qu'on ait pu faire, qui ne sont pas en accord avec notre statut d'être réalisé. Simplement par acquis de conscience pour se libérer de cette charge, surtout sans se sentir coupable, au contraire pour se délivrer de ce sentiment de culpabilité qu'on pourrait encore avoir avant d'entamer cette méditation. Donc simplement avec nos mots, on peut tirer légèrement nos oreilles et demander pardon pour toutes les erreurs qu'on ait pu commettre. Voilà, on peut reposer nos deux mains bien à plat sur les genoux, paume vers le haut. Nous allons garder maintenant l'attention quelques instants sur le premier centre à la base de la colonne vertébrale, ce centre de l'innocence, de la pureté à l'intérieur de nous. Nous allons essayer de garder bien notre attention dessus et de le renforcer en écoutant une prière à ce principe d'innocence, ce principe de l'enfant éternel à l'intérieur de nous.
नमस्ते गणपतये त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं तत्त्वमसि त्वमेव केवलं कर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं धर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं हर्तासि त्वमेव सर्वं खल्विदं ब्रह्मासि त्वं साक्षादात्मासि नित्यम् ऋतं वच्मि सत्यं वच्मि अवत्वं माम् अववक्तारम् अवश्रोतारम् अवदातारम् अवधातारम् अवानुचानमवशिष्यम् अवपश्चात्तात् अवपुरस्तात् अवोत्तरात्तात् अवदक्षिणात्तात् अवचोर्ध्वात्तात् अवाधरात्तात् सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि समन्तात् त्वं वाङ्मयस्त्वं चिन्मयः त्वम् आनन्दमयस्त्वं ब्रह्ममयः त्वं सच्चिदानन्दाद्वितीयोऽसि त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तो जायते सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तः तिष्ठति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि लयमेष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि प्रत्येति त्वं भूमिरापो नलो निलो नभः त्वं चत्वारि वाक्पदानि त्वं गुणत्रयातीतः त्वं अवस्थात्रयातीतः त्वं देहत्रयातीतः त्वं कालत्रयातीतः त्वं मूलाधारस्थितोऽसि नित्यम् त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वां योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यम् त्वं ब्रह्मा त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं रुद्रस्त्वम् इन्द्रस्त्वम् अग्निस्त्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्म भूर्भुवस्वरो गणादिं पूर्वमुच्चार्य वर्णादिं तदनन्तरम् अनुस्वारः परतरः अर्धेन्दुलसितं तारेण रुद्धम् एतत्तव मनुस्वरूपम् गकारः पूर्वरूपम् अकारो मध्यमरूपम् अनुस्वारश्चान्त्यरूपं बिन्दुरुत्तररूपं नादः सन्धानं संहिता सन्धिः सैषा गणेशविद्या गणकऋषिः निच्छ्रुत्गायत्री छन्दः श्रीमहागणपतिर्देवता ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात्। एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं पाशमङ्कुशधारिणं रदं च वरदं हस्तैर्बिभ्राणं मूषकध्वजं रक्तल्लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तवाससं रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गं रक्तपुष्पैः सुपूजितं भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवं जगत्कारणमच्युतम् आविर्भूतं च सृष्ट्यादौ प्रकृतेः पुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यं स योगी योगिनां वरः। नमो व्रातपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्तेऽस्तु लम्बोदराय एकदन्ताय विघ्नविनाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमः।
Après avoir renforcé ce premier centre du Muladhara, on va essayer de remonter notre attention jusqu'au Sahasrara. On peut garder notre main gauche sur les genoux et lentement avec la main droite lever le long de notre colonne vertébrale depuis le Muladhara jusqu'au sommet de la tête, lentement à notre rythme, en essayant de visualiser cette énergie qui monte le long de notre canal central, en essayant de le faire avec notre attention à l'intérieur de nous, ressentir son passage au niveau de chaque chakra, au niveau de chaque organe, jusqu'au sommet de la tête. Et lorsqu'on arrive au sommet de la tête, on peut poser notre paume bien ouverte sur le fontanelle, et exercer une légère pression pour garder notre attention à ce niveau du Sahasrara. On peut le faire 2-3 fois à notre rythme pour essayer de vraiment arriver à maintenir notre attention au niveau de ce centre du Sahasrara. Une fois que c'est fait, nous pouvons redescendre nos deux mains sur les genoux, mais garder l'attention au sommet de la tête, sur la zone de la fontanelle, pour écouter un discours de Shri Mataji. C'est le meilleur Mais l'état d'esprit, c'est d'avoir justement son attention au niveau de la fontanelle pour que ces mots aient un impact, le plus d'impact à l'intérieur de nous, dans notre système subtil. Donc, je vais mettre un court discours de Shri Mataji, essayer de rester dans cet état de méditation pendant le discours.
Puja to Buddha. As you know, Buddha was a son of a king. And one day he was shocked to see a very poor man, thin man, walking on the street, very unhappy person. And he felt very sad about it. Then he saw one person who was very sick and about to die. Then he saw a man who was dead, and people were carrying him to the cremation ground. This all upset him very much. And he started thinking about it and seeking what is the reason for all these happenings in human beings. Firstly, why do they become so miserable or sick, or why do they die so miserably? The reason he found out in his search, he went round the whole world, I should say, in the sense he read Upanishads, went to many gurus, went to many places of spiritual education, Banaras, everywhere he went. And ultimately, he was sitting under a banyan tree when suddenly his Kundalini was awakened by his Adishakti and he got his realization. Then he realized that the reason for all this is the desire. In Sahaja Yoga, we have now understood that all other desires are not pure desires. Firstly, whatever desires are fulfilled, we are not satisfied by it, first thing. And secondly, all these desires have a repercussion. So what is the pure desire? That you all know is the Kundalini. Kundalini is the power of pure desire which fulfills your pure desire to be the spirit, to be Buddha, to be enlightened. Buddha means a person who is enlightened. So Gautama became Buddha, as you people now have become Sahajogis. But because he went through all these various penances, whatever he learned became part and parcel of him. But in Sahaja Yoga, it is all Sahaj. So we always conclude everything that this is after all Sahaj. And when we try to work out anything, we always say, oh, it will work out spontaneously, it's all right, Mother will do for us. This is a common feeling with Sahaja. So whether to put you all through that long process or to give you realization was a question before me. Because in these days of confusion, there cannot be much time to put you through all which Buddha had gone, and he was one individual. I had to put all of you. That would have been very difficult. I don't know how many would have sustained it. Most of them would have dropped out halfway, or maybe quarter of the way. So, it was done in a Sahaja manner. You did not have to sit in a banyan tree. Ultimately, you got your realization. Your Kundalini was awakened. And you got your enlightenment. But that enlightenment which settled in Buddha is not settled in us because our chakras were not cleansed as he had cleansed his chakras. We had the same body, the same mind, and the same attitude when we got realization. As we were looking at the house of God, still we are looking at the house of God, but you have entered inside the house and you have to look out from the windows. This you forget. And though we are sitting now on a hilltop, out of all the congestion and all the traffic, still you see a car, you get frightened. You don't know you are sitting on top of a hill where your mother has put you nicely. And that is how you try to behave. When I get reports about Sahajogis, I'm quite amazed that they do not know that they are realized souls now. That's why Buddha talked of desirelessness. It's not possible before realization. Even after realization, I find it's difficult. Some sort of a subtle desire exists, and where you have to work it out, we do not work it out saying that our ego will be catchy. So wherever it suits us, we work that way. Wherever it suits, we work this way. The solution of the whole thing is one, which I found out myself, was this, that it's a collective happening. A person who is an individual can never get over his ego. Individualistic person cannot get over his ego. The one who lives individually, wants to enjoy everything individually, can never get over his ego because you have not gone through all that penances. Or else, if you are an individual, then you better go through all these penances and then come back. So the solution is to wash all our chakras, cleanse our life in the collective. And this is what was the solution of the problem of ego. Formerly, everything worked out individually. Like that, to go to Himalayas, take some guru, then the guru will throw him out, then he'll go to another guru, then work there, then he'll throw it out. Then next life he'll be born again he'll be thrown out. Ultimately, if one guru accepts, all right, well, he's beaten up, he's tortured, he's treated everywhere, hanged up, pressed down. And then, ultimately, if any guru gets nearer to any one individual, he would give him realization. This was the situation. But in Sahaja Yoga, the door is open, anybody can come in. Anybody. Get your realization. Because I have faith in collectivity. This collective life will definitely give you what Buddha got through his individual efforts. But there also we fail, that we do not know how to be collective. Individualism is all the time around us. In every way we think of individuals. Wherever collectivity has worked, Sahaja Yoga has prospered. And wherever it has not worked, there has been a problem. So it is very important that we should look at ourselves and see for ourselves and see how much collective we are. Do you enjoy collectivity or not? Are you aiming at collectivity or not? As soon as I thought of this Kabela place you have seen, and I thought that I'll make a little ashram there near the river for you. Immediately people said, Mother, is it all right if we buy our own houses here? Immediately. Then what is the purpose? And then they will call me, Mother, please come to my house for dinner. Please come to my little house for some tea. I am not interested. So in Sahaja Yoga, unless and until you really become collective in every sense, you cannot ascend and you cannot wash yourself, you cannot cleanse yourself. This point he did not say, but in a way he did say, because he has said, Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. First, I surrender myself to my self-realization. Then he said, Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami, means the dharma in me, I myself surrender to that dharma. That is spirituality. And thirdly, he said, Sangam Sharanam Gacchami. Sangha means collectivity. I surrender myself to the collectivity. But he did not know how to give mass realization at that time. So he got hold of disciples who had to shave off their heads, whether you are a queen or a king, who had to wear only one cloth, whether you are a man or a woman, who had to have only one mat to sleep in a big hall, no husband and wife, no marriage, nothing. And they had to beg their food in the village and feed the Guru, and also they themselves had to eat that food whether it was sufficient or not. That is not in Sahaja. Everything is enjoyable in Sahaja from the very beginning. And you are supposed to be absolutely joyous people in Sahaja. That is there. But the joy of the collectivity, if you do not know how to enjoy, then you cannot ascend. Because there's no other way out. What is the other penance? For some people, even collectivity is a penance till they start enjoying it. And they are very troublesome. This is not good, very critical. Some of them stay in the ashram and criticize everything all the time. This is not good, I don't like this, I don't like that. So here, in complete awareness, you cannot be mesmerized. If you are mesmerized, then you can live whatever way you like. But in complete awareness and full understanding, we have to become collective. This is one of the solutions for our cleansing. We can say like this, supposing my hands are dirty. So I go to one tap and I find there's one drop coming. So can't wash. So I go to another place, there's no water. Third place, I find there's nothing available. Ultimately, I reach the place where I find some water. Then I wash myself completely because I know I can't find it anywhere else. But in Sahaja Yoga, you are immersed in the water of collectivity. If you enjoy this collectivity and can swim in that, then there is no problem. Buddha, as you know, is working on our right side, on our Agya. It's very surprising, the deity like him, to work on the right side. First he said, for the right side you should be detached, desireless. I mean, nobody would work if they have no desire and if they have no way of earning something out of it, I mean, in the normal sense. But desirelessly you have to work. Then only the right side can be conquered. Very symbolic. Normally the right-sided people are extremely thin, but Buddha is very fat. Normally the right-sided people are extremely serious, very serious. Even if you tickle them, they won't laugh. But Buddha is laughing all the time with his both hands and enjoying himself. See the contrast. So, when you are working without any desire, only then this state can be achieved, that you'll be all the time laughing.
Restons encore 1 minute ou 2 en méditation. Essayons de percevoir l'état de paix, de silence à l'intérieur de nous, ou essayons de nous y plonger un peu plus. Voilà, nous pouvons joindre nos deux mains en remerciement à Shri Mataji pour cette méditation. Et ensuite lever notre Kundalini et nous donner un bandhan pour terminer. Voilà, je vous remercie d'avoir été là ce matin avec nous. Je vous souhaite une excellente journée et je vous retrouverai à une de ces prochaines méditations. Bonne journée.